Earth is an incredible mosaic of landscapes. Towering mountains, vast oceans, glittering crystals, and everything in between. But underneath all of this beauty lies a simple truth. Our planet is built from minerals. More than 4,000 different minerals form the solid Earth, shaping continents, providing essential metals, and even influencing the history of civilizations. Today, we'll peel back the layers of our world to understand what minerals are, how they form, and why they matter. Welcome to this deep dive exploration into the hidden architecture of our planet. Chapter 1. What is a mineral? Let's begin with the question at the heart of geology. What exactly is a mineral? Geologists use a precise definition. A mineral must satisfy 5 conditions. It must be naturally formed, it must be a solid, it must have a definite chemical composition, it must possess a crystalline structure, meaning its atoms are arranged in an orderly repeating pattern, and it is usually inorganic, although there are rare exceptions. Let's look at a few examples. Volcanic glass, known as obsidian, may be naturally formed and solid, but because its atoms lack a true crystal structure, scientists classify it as a mineraloid instead of a mineral. Ice, on the other hand, is a mineral when it forms naturally. Solid water has a definite chemical formula, H2O, and a crystalline structure. Liquid water? Not a mineral. And table salt, halite, with its simple formula NaCl, is a classic mineral, with each sodium ion surrounded by chlorine ions in a repeating pattern. But some natural substances don't fit the rules completely. Take opal. It's naturally formed and solid, but because it lacks a true crystal structure, scientists classify it as a mineraloid instead of a mineral. Chapter 2. Atoms, the invisible architects. To understand minerals, we must go even smaller, down to the level of atoms, the tiny particles that make up all matter. Every atom contains positively charged protons, electrically neutral neutrons, and negatively charged electrons, which orbit the nucleus. The number of protons determines the element. For example, every atom of potassium has exactly 19 protons, no more, no less. Some atoms of the same element vary in the number of neutrons. These varieties are called isotopes. Some isotopes are stable, while others decay over time in a process known as radioactivity. For instance, one isotope of potassium, potassium-40, slowly transforms into argon and calcium, a process important for dating ancient rocks. Chapter 3. How atoms stick together. Chemical bonds. Minerals form when atoms bond, that is, when they attach to each other. Different minerals arise from different types of atomic bonding. Let's explore the 4 main types. 1. Ionic bonds. These bonds form when one atom donates an electron to another. This is how sodium and chlorine bond to form halite or table salt. Ionic bonds are moderately strong and common in many minerals. 2. Covalent bonds. Here, atoms share electrons. This is one of the strongest types of bonds. It's what makes quartz durable and diamond nearly indestructible. 3. Metallic bonds. In metals, electrons aren't stuck with one atom. They move freely, creating a sea of electrons. This free movement makes metallic minerals excellent conductors of electricity. 4. Van der Waals bonds. These are very weak attractions between atoms or molecules. Minerals like graphite and mica contain these weak bonds, allowing them to split easily along smooth planes. Chapter 5. Crystal structure, the order of nature. All minerals are crystals, not necessarily in the sparkling sense we imagine, but in their internal structure. A crystal is defined by a regular, repeating arrangement of atoms. This atomic order dictates the external shape of the mineral. Even when a mineral doesn't form a perfect crystal visibly, its internal symmetry remains constant. There's a fascinating principle called the law of constancy of interfacial angles. It states that no matter the size of the crystal, the angles between the same faces are always the same. Scientists can determine crystal structure using X-ray diffraction, shooting X-rays through a crystal and observing how they bounce off atoms. Polymorphs, same ingredients, different shapes. Sometimes the same chemical composition can crystallize in different ways depending on temperature and pressure. These are called polymorphs. For example, the mineral composition Al2SiO5 can form kyanite at high pressure, and andalucite at low pressure, and silimite at high temperature. Even more famous, carbon forms both graphite and diamond. Graphite forms at low pressure and temperature, soft, dull, and slippery. Diamond forms only under extreme pressure and heat deep within the Earth, creating the hardest natural substance known. Chapter 5. Solid solution, when elements swap places. Some minerals allow different elements to substitute for each other because their ions are similar in size and charge. This produces a solid solution, a range of compositions within the same mineral family. A classic example is olivine, with the formula MgFe2SiO4. Magnesium and iron can freely substitute for each other, creating olivines that range from green to dark green. Another example is the plagioclase feldspar series, which ranges from sodium-rich to calcium-rich compositions. This ability to substitute is why many minerals appear in graded varieties rather than fixed forms. Another example is the plagioclase feldspar series, which ranges from sodium-rich to calcium-rich compositions. This ability to substitute is why many minerals appear in graded varieties rather than fixed forms.
Chapter 6. Elements of the Earth's crust. The minerals we find on Earth depend on the elements available in the crust. The most abundant elements by weight are oxygen, silicon, aluminum, iron, calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium. Because oxygen and silicon dominate, the most common minerals are silicates, built from the silicon-oxygen tetrahedron, a powerful building block of Earth's crust. Silicate minerals include quartz, feldspar, mica, amphibole, and olivine, forming over 90% of the crust. Chapter 7. Physical properties of minerals. Minerals have unique physical traits that allow us to identify them. These include color, streak, the color of their powder, luster, how they reflect light, cleavage, how they break, density, and hardness. Hardness, the Mohs scale. Friedrich Mohs developed a scale ranking minerals from softest to hardest. 1. Talc, 2. Gypsum, 3. Calcite, 4. Fluorite, 5. Apatite, 6. Orthoclase, 7. Quartz, 8. Topaz, 9. Corundum, and 10. Diamond. Quartz, for example, can scratch glass, and diamond at the top of the scale can scratch almost anything. Chapter 8. How minerals form. Minerals originate through a variety of natural processes. 1. Crystallization from molten rock. As magma cools, atoms organize into minerals. 2. Precipitation from water. When dissolved substances become oversaturated, minerals like halite, calcite, or gypsum precipitate out. 3. Biological activity. Many marine organisms build shells and skeletons made of minerals, like calcite. 4. Changes through metamorphism. Heat and pressure transform existing minerals into new, stable forms. 5. Precipitation from vapor. In rare cases, minerals form directly from volcanic gases. Each mineral's formation conditions reveal secrets about its geological environment.
Minerals combine to form rocks, Earth's foundational materials. There are 3 major rock types: igneous rocks, formed from cooling magma; sedimentary rocks, formed from layers of sediment or chemical precipitation; and metamorphic rocks, transformed by heat and pressure. Understanding the mineral composition of rocks helps geologists reconstruct Earth's past, from ancient oceans to mountain-building events. Conclusion: minerals are more than just gemstones or glittering crystals. They're the fundamental units of Earth's crust, the silent record keepers of our planet's processes. They tell us where mountains rose, where volcanoes erupted, how continents drifted, and even how life evolved. Thank you for joining this journey into the world of minerals. If you found this exploration fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And let me know what you'd like to discover next. Until then, stay curious.